Welcome to TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslage. The Downtown Cleveland Alliance held their 20th annual Ruth Ratner Miller Luncheon at the Huntington Convention Center, and Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson was the guest of honor. According to DCA President and CEO Joe Marinucci, the late Ruth Ratner Miller came up with the concept of Tower City Center, among other things, marking a change in the city of Cleveland.
Today marks a milestone year as we acknowledge 20 years of leaders in Cleveland who have all embodied the essence and vision of Ruth's impact on our community. It is in the spirit of her hard work, dedicated to the enhancement of downtown and our city, that we are celebrating the achievements of many of you today.
Marinucci went on to speak of the importance of the Downtown Cleveland Alliance and its impact on the city.
Through the work of DCA and our incredible partners, we are building a city that is attracting young talent, creating a place that enhances connectivity, and becoming home to some of the next greatest innovators in our country. The core of our mission is to attract investment, creating jobs, and increasing the number of people who live in downtown. Over the past 13 years, our work as an advocate, connector, placemaker, and a leader has laid the foundation and created a platform for the momentum taking place in downtown today.
City Council President Kevin Kelly also attended the luncheon and spoke of the need for more people like Ruth Ratner Miller to make positive changes in Cleveland.
What we really need more of is people like Ruth Ratner Miller that understood civic life and business and philanthropy and the intersection of those three elements and those three disciplines to create a great city and a great community. And she truly understood all of that. As the director of the Department of Health, as a great businesswoman, as a philanthropist, she understood that those three elements need to come together so that we can build this great, this strong community that we call Cleveland, Ohio.
Every year at the luncheon, someone is honored for their role in making Cleveland an all-around better place to live. This year, it was Mayor Frank Jackson who was bestowed with the Lifetime Achievement Award.
When you become mayor, you inherit good things and bad things, and then you find sometimes some time to do your own thing. But I will guarantee you that we would not be where we are today without the foundations that was laid by Mrs. Miller. And so I really appreciate receiving this award.
The second annual Cleveland Marshall College of Law Hall of Fame Awards recently inducted 26 honorees that have made outstanding contributions to our community. One of the evening's recipients was Mayor Frank Jackson, who graduated from Cleveland Marshall Law in 1983 and remains grateful for his experience with the school.
So, but for Cleveland Marshall Law School, I would not have been a lawyer, which probably would have impacted whether or not I would have been mayor. So I want to tell you how much I appreciate the school, how much I appreciate all of the people who are being inducted tonight, and thank you very much for inducting me.
Dean of Marshall Law, Lee Fisher, spoke highly of Mayor Jackson and says over the years, he hasn't changed.
Despite the prestige of the office, there is no person that I know of, in public office or not, who is grounded in who he is and the people he represents.
A highlight of the event was the special announcement that 2017 Hall of Fame honoree P. Kelly Tompkins has made a contribution of $750,000 to establish the P. Kelly Tompkins Leadership and Law Program.
But what this law school taught me more than anything, and what I see common throughout every single honoree tonight, is leadership and a commitment to the community.
For more information, visit law.csu.edu and stay tuned to TV20 to catch the Hall of Fame ceremony in its entirety. The Cleveland Division of Police 5th District recently honored those who have shown the utmost in bravery at their annual Community Relations Awards ceremony. The event, held at the Job Corps Auditorium, also honored citizens for their contributions to the community and to law enforcement. Mayor Frank Jackson welcomed the crowd and thanked the honorees for their service.
This is always a good event. You know, each district has their own, and then the police does one citywide. And it's always a great event because we hear scenarios about things that have been done that you would not know but for these events. And it is about the partnership between the community and the police department that makes it work, that makes it all worthwhile.
Echoing the mayor's remarks, Police Chief Calvin Williams offered his congratulations to the officers and citizens that were honored.
As the mayor said, we can't do this alone, so it's always good to see when officers and citizens get together to make us safer. And you guys do that well out here in the 5th District.
Council members Bashir Jones, Michael Polensik, Kevin Conwell, and Anthony Hairston, of Wards 7 through 10 respectively, presented awards to the citizens of their neighborhoods which make up the 5th District. Of the many awards given out that night, Officer Daniel McCandless won the Special Commendation Award for saving a young man who was shot 16 times.
Officer McCandless made the life-saving decision to place the severely injured victim into his police vehicle and transport the victim to Euclid Hospital. Once stabilized, the victim was transported via life flight to Metro Health Medical Center. Due to the courageous action, dedication, and reverence for human life by Officer McCandless, a young man's life was saved.
The Cleveland Clinic welcomed medical professionals back to the Huntington Convention Center for the 2018 Medical Innovation Summit. This is the 16th year for the summit, which welcomed participants from 41 states and 20 different countries. And Mayor Frank Jackson was on hand to welcome them.
You know, innovation is not a luxury anymore, it's a necessity. Not only is it in the medical field, it's in education, it's in manufacturing, it's even in government as we look for innovative ways to meet our bottom line, which is service to people. But when we do these things and we do innovation, we do that in order to meet our bottom line, which is what is our mission? And ultimately, that is the service of people.
Cuyahoga County Executive Armand Budish also attended the opening ceremony and offered his thoughts on the benefits of innovation and what's known as disruptive business.
Here in Cleveland, we have lots of disruptive businesses that are changing the face of healthcare, not only here, but all over the world. Just across the way at the Global Center for Health Innovation, we have a partnership between the Cleveland Clinic, University Hospitals, Jumpstart, and Plug and Play, one of the top tech accelerators in the world. They're finding, selecting, nurturing, and investing in some of the most exciting, disruptive healthcare advances anywhere.
Officially kicking off the Medical Innovation Summit was Cleveland Clinic CEO Tom Mihaljevic. Dr. Mihaljevic posed some very important questions to the attendees.
So we're also perfectly aware that our industry has to evolve to meet the medical, technological, and social challenges ahead of us. And there are a number of questions here. Who will lead this evolution? What shape will healthcare take as we look in the future? And what are the opportunities for us and medical providers, but also as opportunities for innovators and entrepreneurs?
The first step in helping prevent youth violence is understanding the issues that they face. Castle High School recently partnered with the City of Cleveland's Community Relations Board to host a rally against youth violence at Sterling Recreation Center.
Today's event is in conjunction with Castle High School. It's a Power to the Peaceful rally for the youth on youth violence. And we just brought in some resources today to assist the youth with different resources about violence.
I know the struggles that my students have with a lot of things going on in their environment, and that hinders their learning process sometimes. And so we just wanted to bring awareness to the community about the youth violence issues that are affecting our students.
We work with our high schools here in the city of Cleveland and provide an opportunity or a place for our students to come and achieve something positive in life. So this rally is trying to bring more attention to that.
Mayor Frank Jackson announced a plan to address youth violence as a public health issue, and the Community Relations Board has been a significant partner in this effort.
It's very important for community relations to assist our community partners. Castle High School assists young adults from ages 14 to 24, and in that demographics and age group, it's a lot of gun violence and different violence within that age group. So we would just like to reach out to them and assist them know that we are here as a community partner.
Principal Dancy communicates with students on a daily basis, so she's aware of their concerns.
A lot of times they lose loved ones, they lose friends to violence, they witness it, they are in fear to walk to school or to walk home, or just, fear for their safety in general in their own, environment.
So what I'm hoping that students will learn and take away from an event like this is really just to say that, hey, there's another way, and, there's community providers around here that, if you're starting to go down that road, that we connected them with the City of Cleveland Community Relations team, that they can talk to them, or if they have friends or siblings or mother or parents, that they can connect them to those resources to really prevent bloodshed and to really hopefully to save lives.
Residents at Addison Square Apartments recently had a gateway to the world opened up for them.
1, 2, 3.
With the cutting of the ribbon, Addison Square Apartments just opened its first ever computer lab for its residents. Ward 7 Councilman Bashir Jones says this lab was a long time coming.
I'm so happy right now, man. The residents here have been waiting for a long time to have this computer lab. This is going to give them the opportunity. Some of our seniors, are looking to become computer literate. They have grandchildren that are computer literate. So we want them to feel that, that they are needed, that they're respected, that they're loved, and that they haven't been forgotten. And I think that many of our seniors sometimes feel like they've been forgotten.
Marie Laster has lived in the apartment complex for 11 years and is very excited about the new computer lab because it was desperately needed.
It was needed very badly, and I'm the president of the local advisory council, and we have been trying to get this computer room since I just found out, before I even got involved in the LAC. And it's really badly so the residents have something to do, so the residents can learn how to use the computers. We have a lot of residents in the building that needs that, and they've been asking me about this for years.
With the new computer lab comes a bit of training for the residents. Councilman Jones says once the residents gain basic computer skills, a new batch of benefits will be available to them.
And also, this is in partnership with Digital C, which is also an organization within Ward 7 that's going to come on over and give them literacy training, digital literacy training. We're going to teach them computer classes. So now, maybe some of our residents might want to get a job, in becoming an assistant or whatever the case may be. Whatever they want to do, it's just open to them now.
Wanda Davis, Executive Director of the Ashbury Senior Computer Community Center, will be handling all of the necessary training for the residents.
And so we're going to take them from no knowledge, and when they finish their 3 to 4 week program, they'll be able to use the computer, access the internet, have an email for email communications, and then be able to surf to where they like to visit each day.
The City of Cleveland has a rich history, and we want to test your knowledge. Our trivia question for this week: what U.S. president is buried at the historic Lakeview Cemetery? Is it A, Ulysses S. Grant, B, James A. Garfield, or C, Warren G. Harding? We'll have the answer when we return.
I surrender.
All right, pal.
Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
We have a gun.
Why do you ask that, kiddo?
Can I play with it?
No, absolutely not. It's not a toy. You know that. Anyway, I need it to protect you, your sister, and Mom.
But what about the 8 kids who get shot every day by mistake?
Where'd you hear that?
Where do you keep it?
It's hidden.
I bet it's on the top shelf of the closet, under your sweatshirts. Is it loaded? Remember when I found my Christmas gift? You always told me to be curious.
No, that's not what I meant.
And when it's just me and Mom, I could use the gun to protect her.
No, Justin, I promise. I'm always here for you.
But Dad, you're not always here.
Welcome back to TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslage. Our trivia question for this week: what U.S. president is buried at the historic Lakeview Cemetery? Is it A, Ulysses S. Grant, B, James A. Garfield, or C, Warren G. Harding? The answer is B, James A. Garfield, who was born on November 19, 1831, and went on to be the 20th President of the United States. You can tour his memorial at Lakeview Cemetery. For more information, visit lakeviewcemetery.com. The Cleveland Municipal Court went from the courtroom to the art room for a very special exhibit. The court, along with the Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Services, or ADAMS, board held their first annual art therapy showcase, displaying multiple works from those in the art therapy program. The program was overseen by Municipal Court Judge Emanuela Groves.
Art is an expression of oneself, and so with the art therapy, there are certain themes, certain messages when our art therapist comes in. So it's not just drawing, but it's drawing with a purpose and with expression. And so this is a way to help our participants manage, understand, maintain their mental health.
Each piece seen in the exhibit is an extension of the artist's inner thoughts and feelings. It helps them cope with whatever issue they may be dealing with at the time. Art therapist Michelle Murphy says she's very happy with how the art exhibit turned out.
Amazing. It turned out great. I really was excited for all the defendants to be a part of this. A lot of them were hesitant to join in and weren't sure. They didn't know if they had artistic ability. But the great thing about art therapy is that you don't have to have any artistic ability to self-express through art. So as you see in the art show, it's beautiful. It's amazing. They all did great work, and I think it was really successful.
As artist Jennifer Tomes shows us her artwork, she says she felt a sense of serenity and ease after putting her feelings to canvas.
This is actually, I believe Michelle called it an abstract art piece. The darker lines in the picture represent me drowning with my mental illness and everything, and the white lines represent me pulling myself back out.
So there's a lot of white lines. You're pulling yourself back out?
Yes.
That's good. That's a good thing.
I'm pulling myself out more and more every day.
Judge Groves says the art therapy program has been so successful that she is looking forward to seeing it grow in the future.
We have the art therapy before we do our compliance hearings. People will come and they're not even assigned to come for their compliance hearing that day. They come early. We don't need to make them come. We have people who have brought art that they did outside of the therapy sessions. So this is just a wonderful and very exciting event.
For more information on the ADAMS Board of Cuyahoga County, visit their website at adamhscc.org. The Greater Cleveland Drug Court recently had 20 more graduates, bringing their program successfully to 1,719 graduates since its inception 20 years ago. The Honorable Judge Lauren C. Moore of the Greater Cleveland Drug Court led the event and congratulated everyone for their hard work going through the program. The keynote speaker was Larry Holmes, Director of Sobriety and Motion. He spoke about his downfall and how he made through recovery.
Like I say, keeping sober is the most important thing in my life, man. I advise anybody, if they want to get their life together, go let somebody else help you with that, because I know I have a little man that lives inside my head. He tells me he loves me, but he really wants me dead, so.
Judge Moore also has words of encouragement to those who are struggling.
I say for those of you who are going through recovery or trying to do recovery, stay strong. And those of you who have not started, do not start. It is difficult. So don't start. Don't do drugs. I know it sounds simplistic, but don't do drugs.
The City of Cleveland's Employee Wellness Works program held their 4th annual Breast Cancer Awareness Luncheon at Cleveland Public Hall. Wellness Administrator Kelly Smith says this luncheon is also a show of support for the city's employees who are breast cancer survivors.
We bring out
amazing speakers to talk to our city employees to let them know what's the new technology in breast cancer, what type of other programs that they have out here for us.
3 guest speakers presented at the luncheon, among them cancer research specialist Patrina Patterson of University Hospital and family nurse practitioner Amy Tomaszewski from the Noan Collinwood Health Center. She spoke on the facts and the myths of breast cancer.
Breast cancer can happen to anyone, you know, like one of the big myths is that you have to have a family history of breast cancer in order to get breast cancer, but that's really not true. So I think it's very important for women to be empowered to do their self-breast exams, to get their annual clinical breast exams, and to start their mammograms at age 40, just so that, you know, if there is a cancer, it can be caught early and women can get in touch with their bodies and really know how to handle it when the problem comes up.
The highlight of the luncheon came in the form of a testimony from breast cancer survivor Ursula Harris, who works as a personal administrator in the Department of Public Works. Harris spoke of the support she got from friends and family while fighting the disease.
Everything at this point is needed. You can't do a lot of this on your own. You really need a support system. I was one of those people that thought they could do it by themselves, but you know, you want people to come with you during the chemo treatments, your hospital stays, all of the above.
That's all for your TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslage. Up next, we'll have Christian Patterson with the Inside Sports Report.